Hello and welcome to this 1.10.0 Minecraft snapshot preview, and it's the first 1.10 preview which came out earlier today, and I've just been having a little wander around and I thought I'd do a little recording to put out ready for anybody who's interested in looking and just see what we can find out. So I'm just going to wander around. If I find out something interesting, I'm going to bring you back in and we'll have a little look at what I find out. Okay. So I thought it'd be most sensible to start off in the Nether because that's where the most changes have really been made. And we've got these new 4 block textures here, and let me just go into this side here so we can see the new names. So we've got a bone block, that's made from bone meal. The red nether brick, which is nether wart and the nether brick slabs, you know, the ones which you have to fire from the nether rack. And the nether wart block, which is all just nether wart basically, and the magma block, which is magma cream. So that's what they look like. This one here will actually damage you. The magma block will damage you if you stand on it in normal survival mode. So let's see, game mode not. Yeah, better get back out of that. So you see the idea there, that will damage you if you stand round on it. So that tends to be found down at this level here, down near the lava lakes. I'm yet to see an enderman over here yet, but I believe that they can definitely spawn now over here. So let's go into the overworld and have a look at these new mobs. Okay, so anyway, we're back in the overworld now, and I just had a little fly around there, saw a polar bear, but I thought we'd sort of get all 3 of them lined up here. So we've got this new character, which is the stray. We've got the polar bear, which is huge, an absolutely massive new peaceful mob, and then the husk. So this guy should only really spawn over in the desert areas, and this guy should only really spawn in the cold areas, same as the polar bear. And look at that detail at the back of the polar bear, it's got a lovely little tail. Oops. Not interested, it's wandering off. Now both of these guys actually have potion effects which they pass on to you when they attack. So this guy will give you slowness and this guy will give you hunger. I haven't really looked at how long these last for, but it definitely happens, and I haven't really seen any special drops from them. I've sort of ran a couple of commands just to see. Let's see if I do kill type zombie. Yeah, there he went. So I think at the moment it's just been sort of lumped together as a type of zombie, and it's got the same sound file and everything. So if I do the same over here with skeleton, yep, there it goes. And drops, bones. What did I get? I got bones and an arrow. Now apparently it'll also drop the arrow of slowness, so that could be something to be farmed in the future, who knows. In terms of the polar bears, I haven't seen them drop anything as yet, but I'm not really inclined to go testing that too much, because look at that face, you just couldn't. So that's pretty much all the changes. I'm going to switch back over to the Nether because I want to try out a couple of things over there with the new mob types and just see what happens. So we'll head over there now. So I wanted to see how these new mobs would react down in the Nether, just for interest, and they've got no problem at all. So this one's obviously meant to be used to the nice warm climate, and the polar bear here should be used to the cold, but it doesn't care less that it's in a very fiery temperate area. Same as the stray really, so I don't really see much of a difference in terms of how they react. They're not specifically in the cold areas. They'll only spawn in the cold areas, these two, and the husk here will only spawn in the desert area, but they've got no problem with being out of their comfort zone. So there you go, that answers that question. Right, I've been wandering around for a little while and I'm just about to wrap this up, but I just thought there's a couple of things that are worth mentioning that I've sort of discovered or come across. The first one is that this doesn't stay alight forever. And another thing is that if I change it to night and then go put out this fire, because that will go out, I don't need to show you that. It gives off some light. So it is a light emitting block, which is kind of handy. It's nice to have an extra light source in the game. They're always welcome. And another thing is, if I just change to game mode 0, which is the survival game mode, I'm going to change it back to daytime because I don't want anybody creeping up on me whilst I'm showing you guys these things. I'll just demonstrate that this does actually hurt you properly, and also this is the auto jump function. So if I just run, jump, no, it didn't quite manage that. It's very interesting. It's a little bit hit and miss. So it doesn't like that kind of jumping. But yeah, that's very strange. I wonder if it's to do with the food. But yeah, the auto jump. It's weird. It is not working all the time. I wonder if it's because there's snow on top of that block. Like if I go at that now, yeah, it likes that. That's interesting. So you can auto jump up a standard block, but if it's got a layer of snow on it, and I suspect if it's got some carpet on there as well. If I change my game mode back over to 1, grab some carpet quickly and see how it likes that. I'm pretty sure this should work in your sort of creative mode as well, but it's worth just being sure. Wow, so look at that. That's the auto jump in action right there. It can jump up a standard block, no problem, but put a carpet on it, you're in trouble. So that's worth knowing for you survivalists out there, that you don't want to get caught out when running away from something and not being able to get away from it quickly enough because you run into the snow or into a carpet. So that's a couple of things that I've sort of noticed going round. I'm sure there's 100 other things which I haven't even got close to mentioning, but you know, this is an early mention. It's an early mention of what's going on, and as new things come out, hopefully we'll get new updates. But I think this is the bulk of the update. So let's just say goodbye, and thank you very much for watching.